Who is Justice Beaver?
Beavers are big water rats with giant buck teeth they use to saw and tear wooden branches to build dams. They look like weird caricatures of senior citizens, but unlike all the old people dying in hospices, these creatures are actually buoyant. They possess these flat leathery tails that help them swim against the current and slap each other on the butt whenever they're feeling flirtatious. They may look like Wormtail from Harry Potter, but they actually helped us figure out how to store water supply and sparked ideas for irrigation. Humanity was able to thrive and take major scientific leaps thanks to the inspirations provided by these animals. But it soon came to light that beavers built dams, not to help filter river water, but to hoard them for themselves. It became clear that the beavers aren't our friends, but our direct competitors in our bid for water dominancy. And we were winning for a while there. That is, until recently, when gigantic wooden structures seemingly sprouted out of nowhere in our lakes, quarries, rivers, water parks, community pools, and puddles. They cut off our access to these facilities and precious natural resources with 50 feet of timber. World leaders approached these wooden structures to try and reason with the beavers, but they refused to answer the door. Few pairs of eyes could be seen screening their visitors from behind the window blinds. Needless to say, they weren't entertaining any talks with us about anything, especially water. Things got desperate. People were thirsty and their toilets didn't flush. Some of us tried to force the beavers' hands by making them surrender their water supply. But little did we know that they were already prepared for such tactics. Beavers armed themselves and organized their own militia, and when the humans threatened them with their superior military might, the critters countered with their own threat, that they would all poop in the water supply. We shook our heads and said, "You wouldn't." They smirked and responded that they would. We forced a smile and stated, "You wouldn't dare." They shrugged and said, "Try us." The UN swiftly congregated and placed a call to a water scientist and asked if the water could be treated and filtered if contaminated with icky poop. The scientist said, "Of course, but how much volume are we talking?" The UN was puzzled. Why does the volume matter? The scientist chuckled and said, "Because it depends on the ratio of poop." The UN became hesitant. The scientist tapped on his phone, wondering if there was a problem with his reception. The UN felt like the shirt collar was tightening around their necks. It suddenly felt really hot in the conference hall, even though it was the middle of November. All of them." "Excuse me?" asked the scientist. "Did you say all of them?" The UN chuckled nervously, beads of sweat dripping down their necks. "Yep. All the beavers, all at once, in every major body of water." The scientist crunched some numbers on his calculator and sighed. "Yeah, that's not great." I'm a time bandit lost in the 1830s, and this has been another episode of Animal Facts. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more factual animal facts. Have a wonderful animal day.